The first rates in the indices up on your screen, and then we'll get into some of these individual names. So 24,172 is where the Nifty is at. It's a higher start. Sensex is starting up as well. That's 30 on the Nifty and 100 on the Sensex. That's positive start. Bank Nifty is starting about 50 points higher. We're at about 49,881 on the Nifty Bank, and almost immediately the Nifty Bank is slipping into the red. Nifty Bank is the weaker one, as we were saying earlier as well. HDFC Bank, of course, sold off yesterday. But even otherwise, I mean, 2-3 days of outperformance, and that's it. Bank Nifty has been back at the recent lows, unlike the Nifty, which has kind of pulled back a little bit. Nifty also is finding it difficult to sustain. I think that is also now almost in the red. Yeah, that is also slipped into the negative territory. Broader market is looking better. As you can see, the number of stocks which have opened up and opened down, it's almost some 4:1. Surabhi.
Absolutely. The mid-cap index, I mean, at the index level, it's not much, just about a 60-point gain. But if we talk about some of the key movers and shakers, look at the result reactions first. SJVN really stands out. So the market is liking that performance, the improvement at the top line and the bottom line level. Nykaa has had a good quarter, no disappointment there. 3% up. Ashoka Buildcon is the other one. PTC India. These are all positive result reactions that I'm talking about. Gensol Engineering, we just saw that news flash on them looking at their plans with respect to hydrogen electrolyzers. That stock's up about 2% as well. Then it starts getting a little quiet. HEG is a big disappointment. Again, earnings related, so 5.5% down. MTAR has not performed as per expectations this quarter, 5% down there. Max Financial, 5.5% gone. So that's a big cut as well. These are all your negative result reactions. Hindustan Zinc and Vedanta are in focus as the promoter Vedanta is looking to sell that stake in Hind Zinc as an OFS. So about 2% lower on Hindustan Zinc. And let's look at Vedanta. Vedanta is up about 1.5%. Market's very, very quiet. At the headline level, the Nifty is absolutely flat. Banks continue to be disappointing. But there are some other names as well. Hero Motocorp, look at the cut on this one, 2.5%, disappointing number. So that's on the downside. And unlike yesterday, there's a bit of a departure from trend. Some of the FMCG stocks that were seeing green yesterday, they've started off slightly quiet. Nestle, Asian Paints, even Titan for that matter. These stocks on the lower side, absolutely flat this Wednesday.
Well, that's right. And flat is not too bad, actually, because, otherwise when you have a bit of a gap up, you've seen that the bears come in and they pounce out there. So for the time being, is as flat as can be all the indices, Sensex, Nifty, Midcap, as well as the Nifty Bank. But individual stocks are doing a thing of their own. Vivek told us about SJV, and the stock is flying away. One of the top volume gainers, up more than 5% in today's trading session. Ola Electric, massive volumes in the first 2 minutes of trade itself. Yesterday, it came off 10% from the high point of the day. For the time being, it's holding with a gain of around 1%, but massive volumes. Inox Wind, well, that stock is flying away in today's trading session, so that's up another 2% or thereabouts. Nykaa, the street likes the numbers, so the stock is higher in trade. That opened up, gap up with a gain of close to around 2.5%, so Nykaa comes up for you on the screen. Technocraft, very, very low volumes out there, but they've announced a buyback, small buyback, but for the time being, that was one of the top gainers in pre-open at least. So Technocraft should come up for you on the screen. Markson's Pharma, well, the numbers on an operational basis, there was some improvement. The stock ended lower with a cut of around 3-4% yesterday. Today, it's made all of that up. So I think it's up close to around 4-5% in pre-open. So that stock comes up for you. Ratnamani Metals, one of those big outperformers. Well, that stock, in fact, is giving back a little bit. Volume still lower there. The margins got compressed. It's a multi-quarter low margin. So that's why that one's down close to around 3%. Pyramid Enterprises is taking a sharp knockback in trade today. So that's one of the top losers. Now it's down close to around 5.5%. So it opened up with a cut of around 3%. Now it's down 5.5% odd. A quiet start to the trading session. Interesting times ahead.
Market breadth is flipped negative. There are about 1,100 stocks down on my screen, the more actively traded stocks, as compared to about 950, which are higher. And I think that should be true for the Nifty as well. This is, almost unchanged. Right now, almost on a holding pattern as we go through the motions of the trade today, and then of course tomorrow is a market holiday. There is of course also, I think the issue, global stuff has not mattered at all for the last many months, but it did matter last week with the US data, etc. And tonight you got the inflation numbers and the CPI numbers, which perhaps is going to be closely watched. In any case, here it's that uninterrupted kind of move that we've had in so many spaces, irrespective of whatever else was happening, that kind of has been broken a little bit for the time being. So it's quiet for now. Just a few more names before we bring in our market master. MFSL, that is Max Financial Services, is down 4%. And that is at about 1,008. Texmaco Rail is down 3%. MTAR Tech is down 5%. Keynes went up 9% yesterday. It is pulling back about 4%. HEG is down about 6%. These have all got volumes. There is Dilip Bilcon, which is down 3%. Phoenix Limited is down about 3%. Nazara Tech is another one. And Ahluwalia Contractors is down 8%. Although, I mean, volumes are not all that great on this one right now. V-Guard is coming up with an 8% pop. So 558 on V-Guard on the upside, which you have. Motherson is up 3%. It's got lots of volumes, and you'll hear from the Motherson management a little later on the program. Oil India is up 3%. It's the second biggest volume-led gainer. And of course, SJVN, as we've already highlighted. Yeah, I mean, there's a fair bit sort of going on, but this is the bulk of it. Senco Gold, 7% yesterday. It's up another 4%, although volumes are a little lower for this point in the day. I mean, you got about 5 points to show for it on the Nifty at this point in time.